Welcome back to Sister Like Quick Bible Study. Yes, welcome back, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more Goddess Lala and Super Sister Like Quick Bible Study. Yes, I am Sister Like Quick. I am a prophetess, and I am a seer also. And we're going to go ahead and get into the Bible study, Genesis chapter 30 and 39. Please check out my other Bible studies from Genesis. I have other Bible studies in Genesis. Make sure you subscribe also and like the video to support the channel. The last chapter, it was about Joseph being kidnapped by the Midianites. The Midianites are the ancient name for the Palestinians. Yes. And this is a new Bible study. I've been away for a while, unfortunately, because I've had neuropathy pain in my legs and also fighting the devil. The devil slowed me down, but the devil can't stop me. The devil cannot stop us as long as we are the chosen few and a child of God. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the video. Thank you so much for watching. Genesis chapter 38. Yes, and Joseph thought that his son was passed away. Joseph thought that Jacob, his son, was passed away because the Midianites sold him off to the to the Pharaoh in Egypt. The Midianites found Joseph in a pit, and they sold him to the Midianites instead of taking him back to his people. But Joseph got the news that they only found his coat of colors, and they didn't find Joseph. Well, Jacob got the news that they found Joseph's coat of colors, and they couldn't find Joseph. And Joseph thought that his son Jacob thought that his son Joseph was dead, but he's not dead. He was a captive of the Egyptian Pharaoh. Okay, but chapter 38, if you want to catch up, go ahead and check out my other past Bible studies. And thank you so much. Chapter 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from the brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite whose name was Hira. And Judah saw that a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name is Shira, and he took her and went into her. So he saw there a daughter of Canaanite whose name was Shua, and took her and went into her. So when that means he went into her, he made love to her. And she conceived and bare a son and called his name Er. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. So she had about 3 sons already back to back. Yeah, she called the third son Shelah. And he was at Shazia when she bare him. So she gave birth to him in Shazia. Verse 6, and Judah took a wife for his firstborns. Okay, so when his firstborn grew up, Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. Ain't that something? Tamar. Hey, and I love Tamar. I love you, Tamar. Please subscribe. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord. Oh no. And the Lord slew him. And Judah saw unto Onan, go unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. Okay, so that means that he gave seed into the ground. That means when he came on the ground. He didn't come inside of Tamar because he wanted to give the seed to his brother that had passed away. His brother So the Lord didn't like that because the seed wasn't supposed to be wasted. The seed was not supposed to be wasted on the ground. It was supposed to be inside of the woman to multiply. So the Lord slew him. That's what they call karma. Verse 11, then Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remained a widow at thy father's house, till Shelah, my son, be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, as his brother did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. So the brother Shelah died also. So Tamar went and dwelt. She moved back to her father's house. That's how I interpret that. 38 verse 12. And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went up into his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hira and Adelamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up into Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her and covered her with a veil. Yeah, and she put her widow's garment off from her and covered her with a veil. So she took the widow garments off and covered herself with a veil instead, and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me that thou mayest come into me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet in thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thy hand. And he gave it to her, and came into her, and she conceived by him. And she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. Okay, so when she took off the widowhood garment, Judah didn't know that was his daughter-in-law. And that's something. So he thought she was a harlot, and he came into her and got her pregnant. Verse 20, and Judah sent the kid. The kid means a lamb or a baby goat. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend to Adulamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, and he found her not. Then he asked the man of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. Harlot means a prostitute. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. So he was keeping his word. He was trying to give his word what he said he would give her, but he couldn't find her. Verse 24, and it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. Oh, that's terrible. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying by the man, whose these are? Am I with child? And she said, discern, I pray thee, whose are these? The signet and bracelets and staff. So she showed the what you call it, the what he had gave her for collateral. The signet, the staff, and the bracelets. So that let them know that Judah had gave her his bracelets and staff and signet for collateral to have sex with her. The harlot, that he thought she was a harlot, but she was not. And Judah acknowledged them and said, she hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son. And he knew her again no more. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins were in her womb. She was pregnant with twins. Tamar was pregnant with twins. Wonderful. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first. And it came to pass as he drew back his hand that, behold, his brother came out and said, how hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. So she gave birth to twins named Pharez and Zerah. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to pause right now to read a footnote in the King James Version, original African Heritage Edition, Holy Bible. I'm going to read the footnote, the sons of Judah. Judah had 3 sons by his Canaanite. A Hamitite means a descendant of Ham, meaning that they were African people. Okay, Judah had 3 sons by his Canaanite, a Hamite wife, and 2 by his daughter-in-law, Tamar. The free taking of Canaanite women by the sons of Jacob here is a very good indication that the differences between the people were cultural and not racial. Onan, the son of Hamitite woman, was accepted fully as a son of Judah. Okay, wonderful. Moving on. Genesis chapter 39. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much to support this channel for Sister Like Quick. Thank you. Like and subscribe and share. And Joseph or Yosef was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. Now, I'm speaking in the Shakespearean language because, like I said, the Holy Word was transferred from the ancient pyramids and written in Shakespearean language from the Europeans that saw the writings on the ancient pyramids. So it was translated and written down in the Bible in the King James Version. Okay, so that's why I'm having a hard time speaking in the old Shakespearean language. Okay, But some of the truth is still here from the ancient pyramids in Africa and Egypt. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight. Yes, he found grace in the Lord's sight. And he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. Yeah, he blessed the Egyptian's house, the person that supposedly owned or took him captive. Well, he bought him. He didn't take him captive. The Midianites took him captive and sold him to the Egyptian Pharaoh. So the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house because Joseph's was there for Joseph's sake. That's how I interpret that. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand. And he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. Wonderful. So he was goodly and favored in the Egyptian's Pharaoh's house. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph. And she said, lie with me. But he refused. And she said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house. And he have committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkeneth not unto her to lie by her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the man of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. So that means that she put on his clothes to try to get him to sleep with her. And Joseph, being a good man, did not want to sleep with his master's wife. And he ran and let her snatch the clothes off of him, his garment, and he just ran and left and fled away from her. Okay. Chapter 39, verse 13. And it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, see, he hath brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. Oh, Lord. So that sounds like she lied, saying that he lied with her just because she had his garment that she snatched off of him. She lied on him. Verse 15, she lied on him because she was mad he wouldn't sleep with her. She thought she was worthy for him to sleep with her just because she was the master's wife. She was going against her husband, which is a shame. Verse 15, and it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and I cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. Meaning that he ran away from her. And she laid up his garment by her, and unto the Lord came home. And she spake unto him accordingly to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came into me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, after this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him into a prison. Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound. And he was there in the prison. So basically, Joseph believed his wife, the lie that she told him that Joseph's master believed his wife, the lie that she said about Joseph, saying that he had sex with her, but he did not. It was a lie. So Joseph believed his wife and put, the master, I don't know what the master's name is, but the Egyptian master believed his wife that Joseph had sex with her, but it was a lie. But the Lord was with Joseph and shewed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. So the Lord, like I said, the Lord favors his chosen people. Joseph was one of his chosen ones. And he gave mercy unto him in the prison and gave favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. Verse 22, and the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was with the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him. In that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. Wonderful, wonderful. And this is the end of the Bible study for today. Come back and I will do more Bible studies weekly, Lord willing. And then when I catch up, I may do them Wednesday and Sundays. Check back with me every Wednesday or Sunday. Thank you so much. Come back again, like and subscribe, and may the Lord be with us and keep us safe. Ashe.